Hello, so we're moving on to a new topic now. So we're moving on to criterion 4, and that includes atomic structure and also radioactivity. And I just want to let you know that we are switching to a new booklet, so I'll continue to number these as I have been and call this chapter 9, but it hasn't been amalgamated into the new booklet yet. So just make sure you're working from the correct set of notes. And we're going to skip down to atomic structure. The other things are kind of like a contents page. So we just start on this page here. Okay, so atomic structure. So here we have a simplified view of an atom, and this simplified view is the Rutherford Bohr model. So if you want to look up more and read more, you can maybe Google that or look that up in your textbooks. So Rutherford Bohr model, and in this model, the atom is it's symbolized as we have this nucleus here in the center, so we call this the nucleus. Okay, and it's made up of protons and neutrons. And we also have orbitals around here. We call these orbitals or electron shells, or just shells, electron shells. Okay, and I'll put a little negative here, just remembering that electrons from our electricity work, we know that these are all negative, and protons are all positive, and neutrons have zero electric charge. So I've just written in here electric charge. Oh gee, I'm struggling to write today. Electric charge out of practice. Okay. So the atomic model shows that atoms are comprised of three main subatomic, which means smaller than atomic particles. So we have the proton, which is positively charged, the electron, which is negatively charged, and the neutron, as the name suggests, is neutral, so it has no electrical charge. The important thing to know is that the protons and neutrons are of a similar mass, so they're roughly this size in kilograms, and are located in a tiny central core of the atom called the nucleus. So protons and neutrons make up the nucleus. Surrounding the nucleus at comparatively large distances are the electrons, moving in regions called orbitals or shells. Electrons are about 2,000 times lighter than protons and neutrons, and so here's the mass here. And you can have a look at the order of magnitude. So this has an order of magnitude of 10 to the negative 31, and this one has an order of magnitude 10 to the negative 27, which shows that this one has four more zeros, or four less zeros, I should say, timesing it by that many, but they say roughly 2,000 times. So if you divide one by the other, then you should get around 2,000. Alright, so here it says the nucleus contains almost all of the atom's mass, but occupies only a tiny portion of the atom's volume, so, or space. Volume or space, i.e. 1 part in 10 million million. Okay, so a way you can think about this model is a nucleus is a dense center. Center. Similar to the solar system. So we have the sun at the solar system, similar to the sun at the center of our solar system. So one way you can think about it is we have a dense center, they're called nucleus, and then we have the electrons flying around like the planets fly around the sun. So it's one way to think of it, and it fits quite nicely with this model here. There are other models as well, which are slightly different. They call them more clouds, and but for this course we use the Rutherford Bohr model for electrons, for atoms. Sorry. Okay, we'll move on to the next video.